My dear followers, gather round, for today I have a tale that may send shivers down your spine. It's a story that might have happened to me, to you, or someone you know. It's a journey through the eerie corridors of the unknown, a haunting experience that defies reason. Before we begin, remember to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to ring that notification bell so you never miss a chilling tale like this one. Now, let us venture into a world where the boundaries between the living and the supernatural blur. Join me as I unveil the spine-tingling story of a tormented soul, a museum keeper, and an encounter that defies all explanation. I hadn't been able to sleep since my fiancé's tragic passing. The emptiness of our once vibrant home weighed heavily on me, and the sleepless nights stretched on like an eternity. Neither sleeping pills nor herbal teas provided any respite. The insomnia began to take its toll on my mental well-being, and hallucinations of my beloved became increasingly frequent, lurking in the shadows, whispering to me. As the days turned into weeks, I found myself contemplating a desperate solution. I believed that by ending my own life, I might finally reunite with him in the afterlife. Was he waiting for me there? I didn't know, but the haunting whispers pushed me closer to the edge of despair. My deteriorating mental state didn't go unnoticed. Friends and family saw my descent into madness and urged me to seek help. In my desperation, I finally decided to see a psychiatrist who specialized in sleep disorders. He listened attentively to my struggles and the relentless torment of my hallucinations. The psychiatrist tried a variety of treatments and therapies, but none provided a lasting solution. Then, he made an unconventional suggestion. "Perhaps," he said, "you should find a job to occupy your restless mind, especially during the night when sleep eludes you. A change of environment might help." I decided to take his advice and secured a job as a museum keeper, working the night shift. I hoped that the new routine might offer some respite from the relentless torment of my sleepless nights. Little did I know, the darkness of the museum's night was not a sanctuary, but a new stage for my torment. The situation with sleep only worsened. The nights grew colder and the shadows deeper. My fiancé's ghostly apparition became more vivid, a haunting presence that loomed over me with each passing shift. It was during one particularly lonely night that the lights suddenly went out, plunging the museum into utter darkness. In that inky blackness, there he stood, my fiancé, his ethereal form beckoning me to join him. Panic surged through me, but reason prevailed. I fumbled for the lamp, and as its warm light washed over the room, he disappeared into thin air. For a few nights, I allowed myself a glimmer of hope that the situation might finally improve. But just when I thought I might find respite, the lights flickered and went out once more. There he was, standing before me, his voice echoing in the silence. This time, I hesitated. Something in his demeanor had changed. Malevolence emanated from him. His face twisted into a grotesque mask, and unseen hands reached out, clawing at me, pulling my flesh as they tried to drag me toward him. Desperation washed over me, but I fought back. I screamed, "I don't want to go! I want to stay here!" I squeezed my eyes shut, feeling his icy breath on my face. The pain was excruciating, but I held on to my newfound determination. I couldn't let him control me any longer. When the morning light spilled through the museum's windows, they found me lying on the floor, my body covered in blood. The battle with the supernatural had left me battered and bruised, but I had faced it head on. After a lengthy recovery and intensive treatment, I returned to work. I hoped that the nightmare was finally behind me, but I was mistaken. The lights went out again, and he was there, calling me to him. This time, I didn't hesitate. I had endured enough, and I refused to let this specter control my life. I whispered, "I'm not going with you." To my astonishment, he began to fade away. With newfound strength, I reached out and, instead of grabbing his decaying form, I tore him apart. Piece by piece, I dismantled him, and he slowly disintegrated, vanishing before my eyes. A surge of power and triumph filled me as I finally overcame the torment that had haunted me for so long. I awoke before the other museum staff arrived in the quiet. In my hand, I held a piece of the rotting shroud from his grave. The stench of death clung to me. Determined to end this torment once and for all, I took the piece of his shroud to his grave and set it ablaze. After that night, I finally found the peace I had longed for. The torment, the insomnia, and the hallucinations were gone. I could finally sleep and live, free from the ghostly specter that had haunted me for so long.
Nex adu immortalis. Libri spondeo nex. Adve hoc mort animadvertor.